think I should get started. Get your seat. Okay? All right. Uh, I will tell you about Symfony and Drupal, and more specific, it will be Drupal 8. And because Symfony 2 and Drupal 7 or 6 doesn't really have anything in common, but it will be, as you will see. Okay. Um, my name is Timo Tuomas Koivisto, but everybody calls me Tipi. And I don't have a lot of Drupal experience. That's why I chose something else than Drupal, because it wouldn't make any sense me to tell you how to use Drupal or do something about it. And I don't really have any Symfony experience either. So my background is more Java. So I got some experience about frameworks. I made my master thesis about it, and in Java industry, everybody uses frameworks nowadays. And one thing is also that I went to work for Compress, and I was like, yeah, I can learn Drupal, and then my chefs said, now you will learn Symfony, and what the okay. And I come from Finland, and I've been in German for 6 months, and I try to speak German all the time and learn it, and now I got this problem that I don't really speak English either that well. So I need to process sometimes. Okay, the situation right now is that this Whiskey Initiative Group, WSCCI, Web Services and Context Core Initiative. They had a meeting in Acquia last week or week before, that now it's really getting going, this changes which will be in Drupal Core 8. So I just checked the planet that there's no new blog messages, because there will be. So in the meeting were all the Drupal Initiative Group people, and also all the smart guys from Symfony projects and stuff. So there will be happening stuff soon. Okay, and what I will tell you, it's first frameworks in general, and is there people who has been working with frameworks before? And who hasn't been working with frameworks before? Right. Maybe you have. Okay. And okay, then I will talk about what's the Symfony 2 and Drupal connection. Why are we learning Symfony here? And then I will tell you background about Symfony and the features, and then very simple demo. Okay, what is a framework? There's no really definition what exactly is a framework, or there's a lot of definitions, however you wanna tell. But the thing is, when something is a framework, there's a lot of similarities in all the frameworks. It's just a concept what is a framework. Actually, I think Drupal is a framework, and maybe you have been working with some of the frameworks. There's a lot of frameworks. Can you see? Yeah? Okay, there's a lot of frameworks. Maybe you have been working. And if you can see, Drupal is also there. It's kind of a framework, but it's also a content management system. Okay, and what's common in all the frameworks? There's also some kind of philosophy that some smart guy thought it through when he was designing the framework. There's also a lot of tools and architecture which will come when you download the framework, whatever you're using. And so the thing is, the framework uses a lot of technologies, and the framework is the glue which will put all together. So the advantage is you don't really have to do any integration stuff, uh, which is a lot of job. Okay, and the development process gets faster. It's rapid application development, which will be the future of software development industry, because it's just faster, it's easier, it's just better. Okay, so the point is, you just don't take a blank text editor file and just start writing PHP. It gives you the tools and gets you started. It also gives you usually a project skeleton where you can start developing yourself further. It gives you all the tools, all the other frameworks like testing frameworks and stuff, what you can do, what you can use to build whatever you need. Okay, so what frameworks can do? There's a different frameworks, of course, and if it's a web application framework, it means it's designed to do web applications. So all the stuff you need to build a web application, it's already there. You can just take the pieces out of it, like you always need a login logic. It's there. The framework gives you the pieces to pull. You don't have to develop it yourself. And well, application, it's pretty clear, I guess. And PHP, it's written in PHP. You will use PHP. It's still PHP you're programming. If it's a Java framework, you will be using Java. And the PHP, no, I mean framework and PHP frameworks, it gives you the pieces. You will just take the technologies, the pieces, the components, what you will need to build your application. And full stack means that it gives you database connection, testing, front end, and everything on the between. So is Drupal a framework? It is in the category of framework, but it's also a content management system. It's not a full stack framework, or it's you cannot build everything. It's pretty strict, as somebody have been maybe noticed earlier. There's some couple definitions some smart guy wrote. I think they don't really are very good ones. Okay, so what's been already happening? There's a initiative called Whiskey, and Mr. Garfield is on lead. Grell, maybe somebody has been, maybe somebody has heard about him. And what's the mission in Whiskey initiative? I will read it. It aims to transfer Drupal from first-class CMS to a first-class REST server with a first-class CMS on top of it. To do that, we must give Drupal a unified, powerful context system that will support smarter, context-sensitive, easily cacheable, block-centric layouts and non-page responses using a robust, unified plugin mechanism. And that means pretty complex, and it is. Okay, I try to explain it very simple. It started because of the performance. The REST server, Drupal framework and a lot of web frameworks, they're built just to show static pages. Like a user sent a request and you get a web page back. It sends you HTML back. But HTTP protocol is much more. It's just not static web pages nowadays. It's not just HTML, it's something else. And like somebody said already here, Drupal has some performance problems. So the thing is to make it faster, and how you build sites with Drupal, it getting more and more closer to panels. That's the one thing. It's I don't understand. I won't speak more about it. And the REST server is the way to do stuff. That's what they think. Maybe it's right. Uh, like I said, HTTP protocol is much more. The Drupal is designed that the user sends a request and you get some HTML back, and it will be shown into your browser. Okay. But the future of the internet is there are a lot of servers everywhere, and they all communicate each other, not just users sending requests and getting responses. All the servers are talking each other, and they can send XML. They can there's no limits which are the APIs they will send messages. You can make your own. And the third thing is make development easier for the Drupal developers. There will be changes in core, I will talk about it. And then one of the biggest changes will be for Drupal developers that you don't have to use these super global variables anymore. There will be a component which will make this easier for you. And if this is complicated, yeah, it is. It's very complicated, and there will be a huge changes in the Drupal 8 core. And why Symfony? Okay, the Krell and the other guys, they start thinking how can we implement all these changes to Drupal core. And they start searching, because it's an open source world. They start searching and they realized, hey, Symfony implements 90% of what we try to do, so why don't we use Symfony? Okay, and Symfony, like I will tell you, it's also a modular framework. So you can just take pieces out of it, components, PHP libraries, whatever you want to call it, and put it somewhere else and use it. So they took some components and they will be in Drupal core. What really will be in Drupal core, nobody knows yet. It's happening right now. Okay, so how to leverage Symfony2, because it already implements 90% of the stuff, which the goal is to change Drupal into a REST server. Okay. What's happened already? There will be at least 2 components in Drupal 8 core from Symfony. One is HTTP foundation, and one is class loader. Because you can just take components, you can just take PHP libraries from the Symfony, you can just take these 2 components and put it in the Drupal, port it in there. Okay. And the third thing, which is not sure, but Krell is proposing it, we just take the whole HTTP kernel from Symfony and put it in the Drupal core. And the kernel is really a core from Symfony. So what this means, Drupal comes to Symfony and I don't know, something, maybe, someday. Okay, and what this means to Drupal developers. If HTTP foundation is in core, it's a object-oriented layer for handling HTTP requests and responses. Okay, object-oriented, it means there's an object, there's a class which contains all the super globals already. So how to deal with these responses and requests? you can just say to the object, give me this, give me that from there, get and set stuff. You can put variables in it, and you can take variables very easily. It handles everything else, so it makes the developing more easily. And the class loader is, I don't know, I don't have any PHP background a lot, so but it's just auto loading classes. And there will be big changes coming, and it's a very hard job. And what do we get when we make when we take these components out of Symfony2 frameworks? We will be doing cooperation with the Symfony people, so we can take their community support to get it. Okay, and then we come to Symfony finally. So what Symfony is? It's a full stack framework, and it's for the industrial purposes. It means with Drupal you can do web pages pretty easily. You can do well, what Drupal does, you know better, but it's very limited. So PHP framework with full stack, it means you can do everything, and everything means everything if you can. Well, it's a MVC framework, model view controller, and like I said, it's already built that it is a REST server. It's all there already, and it makes a it's a RAP application development. What is a RAD? It's a rapid application development. It's a philosophy how to do stuff in industry, how to make it faster, better, easier, manageable. So it's just a okay, and there's some facts. You will find all this in the Symfony homepage, but the point is there's a company behind it, long-term support and stuff. And the brick and brick principle means also that what you're trying to achieve, you just take those components into your project. Okay, and there's other fact about the community which is important, as we know in Drupal. Okay, and the one thing I try to tell you, if this all sounds complicated, it's because I don't know how to explain it, because it's hard, or yeah, okay. What I'm trying to tell you, it's not so difficult to grab it if you are able to do PHP and Drupal development. In frameworks, there's always concepts which have different names. They pretty much have all the same stuff, but there's just different names. So here, if you think about Symfony, it comes with distributions. We know them already from Drupal. We work with bundles. It's exactly the same stuff like a module in Drupal. Vendor, usually it means some commercial product you can plug into your stuff, but in open source world it doesn't have to be commercial. Okay, and then there's this service container concept, which is not in Drupal, but maybe somebody has heard about SOA architecture. It's just servers communicating each other. And then there's the, of course, menu system, which is called the router. I will make a demo out of it. And then some other stuff like asset is asset and stuff. Okay, and the controller is like a function. I will show you. We won't write functions in Symfony, we will write controllers. Okay, and what do we do when we download Symfony and start using it? All these advertisement stuff. So it's fast, okay. It's modular system, okay, we know that's good. And then we get a pre-configured system with bundles. It means we have modules. We work with modules. We know every module do some stuff well. Okay, then we get tools. We get some commands, which are scripts. We can do install the whole stuff with a couple of commands from command line, and then we get plugins for Eclipse, NetBeans, and then we come to bundles. Okay, these are the components, bundles, modules, whatever you wanna call it. Doctrine is a ORM. It maps the object in the database. Then there's security bundles. Some smart guy thought about security. It's implemented in the core. Not in the core because it's a module, but it's there already. Okay, then there's mailer. You can send emails. Then there's a web profiler bundle. And there's a lot of bundles. There's a lot of modules. It's already there. You can take something out. You can put some other module in. I mean bundle. Okay, then it's a framework. It has a template engine too. It's not PHP template. It's Twig, but because it's a framework, you can take a technique out. You can integrate another technique in. It should be very easy. At least all the frameworks promise it's easy. Okay, and then there's yeah, you can. It's just PHP libraries, components, modules, whatever you wanna call it, and then you can take some component and you can put other components in. So you can use any of those components which we all, some of them know from Drupal already, like memcache. And there's testing framework, and you will see there's a great development tool for debugging and stuff. Okay, what else? Routing system, it's pretty much the same as in Drupal. I will show you demo. And the other difference is, I already told you, we don't write functions. We write controllers, which are actually actions, but it's another, whatever you wanna call it. Okay, then there's a new concept, the service container. In Java framework, it's always dependency injection, just another different name, and it just makes easier. You don't have to in object-oriented language, you don't have to make another object. It's just there. You can use the object. Just say new object, and it's there. You can use it. And okay, there's all the same stuff in like in Drupal. Okay, another stuff. There's a great feature in Symfony. I just read about it. I don't know how to use it, if it's so great as it promises. But there's two different context, like development concept, context, and production context. You develop in the other context, like development context, and then you just say switch to production, and you can put it in all the configuration is done for you, and you can push it to production. Okay, like I said, you get the command line tool. It gives you great commands, like you can make your own skeleton project and start developing out of it. So it makes things easier. And the documentation is also pretty good, but the API, I think there's some stuff to do still. And now I will show you a little demo. All right. This very simple stuff. I made some objects in the database, like here, listed in here, like in a web store or something. And you can click it. It shows you a product, and you can edit it, remove it, and you can add more. Okay. And I try to tell you that it's pretty much the same way you do it in Drupal. It's just the same principles, but a little bit different way to doing it. The menu routing system, here you define a path, you register a path in Drupal. Here you just define where to find the function which will be executed when the path is requested. You define the function name, you define the path, you register the path, and you can say there's arguments or not. Okay, when somebody requests a path, we will execute this function. Okay. And then there's also these naming conventions. It's called always action. It's always the naming convention. It's the name, and then then there's the action. So when somebody requests that path, we will execute this function. Okay, and when we execute the function, we can do whatever we want. That's the thing. You will implement PHP, just normal PHP afterwards. And in PHP, you always have to handle the request and response thing. You will send it back in here too. You can just define a response object, and you can just say send it, and it's there. Okay. Here you make a new response object and return it. It means just send it to the user. Okay, here's another action. And it looks like PHP. Wait. Okay, here we don't send directly an answer back, the response object. We will give it to the template engine. So that's exactly the same as in Drupal 2. You make whatever logic you want in PHP, and you give it to the tweet engine, which will process it and send it to the user, like in Drupal 2. Okay, that's my demo. You got any question? Yeah. Okay. I think you need to take a mic.
Hello, hello. Um, so I've been following this whiskey initiative for a little while now, and I think it's a great move actually to get Symfony integrated with Drupal. I try to integrate a Symfony component called Behat, which is a testing tool with Drupal 7. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So my question is, because of all the dependencies that come with a component, my question is, do you know by any chance how easy it will be to install any Symfony component with Drupal 8 concerning
I
the
have no
dependencies?
beep clue, no clue.
No, the Symfony components are completely decoupled, so you can use the components individually. So there are no dependencies.
Yeah, they're just PHP libraries. So, but how to
Well, it's actually not true.
no?
No, the Behat component, for instance, which is a testing tool again, um, I don't know. It's not the bundle; it's a component really, and it has dependencies on. Well, to be completely honest, it's actually peer package at first, but it's a Symfony component that relies on Symfony and the Gherkin component as well, or is it the Gherkin peer library? I forgot about that, but there are dependencies actually. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm looking forward for Drupal 8 anyway, so maybe it's becoming less of an issue now then.
Okay, there will be another Drupal 8 session about Drupal 8. Maybe you can ask him. Maybe he knows better. I don't.
Do you have any experience with integrating Symfony with Drupal?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Like I said, I got 40 hours experience of Symfony.
What do you like more, Drupal or Symfony?
Drupal.
Right. Right question.
It's
Right answer.
easier. Maybe the Symfony community will kill me now. I don't know. Okay, and another stuff here you can see the debugging stuff and which supposed to be pretty good. You can actually debug PHP. Great. Okay, once more, Symfony, you get the whole stack framework. You can do whatever ever you want implement. There's no limits out of it. And why this all implementation to Drupal 8 core is happening? It's simply it's already in Symfony, so we should try to use it. Or the initiative Whiskey Group, you there just do good work and make it happen. And okay, there's already 2 components in from Symfony in core. That's at least Grell said, and probably there will be more, like a testing component maybe. I don't know. It's happening right now, and Symfony is a modular framework, so there's possibilities. We know it's a good philosophy, so what else? You as a Drupal developers, you shouldn't have any problems to grab Symfony and just start developing. And the other thing is, when you know Symfony, you can implement anything you want and make a Drupal content management system top of it. So you don't have any limits on how to do stuff. But how to do this, how to do it with Drupal 8, I don't know. Maybe some smarter guy can tell me what are the limits, what are the benefits, and what can you actually do about it. And if you got interested about Symfony, just go to the web page, and here's some stuff where you can start digging. There's a roadmap, where is it going, where this Drupal 8 and Whiskey project is going, some information, and then there will be blog posts and stuff, new decisions, what's been made and what will be happening very, very soon. And it's very complicated. So if you got skills, just get there, start doing stuff. Okay, and now question. I try to answer. No? Well, that's it then. Thanks.